children, welcome back to my SST class. Today we are going to discuss the 5th chapter of your civics book, and that is Women Change the World. So what will we study in this chapter? This chapter tells us about the struggle of women for education through accounts of different people. It also tells us about common stereotypes in men and women. Okay, so let's start with the first topic, fear opportunities and the rigid expectation. So when we talk about the job category among the men and women, people think that men and women are meant to do the specific works, just like the housework are done by only women or outside works are done by men only, isn't it? When we think about any farmer or a pilot or the driver or any kind of factory work, the first image in your mind should be like the male, isn't it? When we think about nurse, our mind always follow the female image. The reason we did this is because we believe that people belonging to particular groups based on religion, language, wealth are bound to have certain fixed characteristics, can do only fixed work, and this fixed image about the particular person is called stereotyping. But my dear students, some exceptional examples against stereotypes also are there. Usually engine drivers are men, but 27-year-old Lakshmi Lakra from a poor tribal family in Jharkhand has begun to change things. She is the first woman engine driver for Northern Railways. Let's move on to our next topic, and that is learning for change. Today it is difficult for us to imagine that school and learning could be seen as not appropriate for some children. In past, the skill of reading and writing was known to only a few. Children learned work with families. In the 19th century, many new ideas about education and learning emerged. But remember, there was a lot of opposition to educating girls even then. Yet many women and men made effort to open schools for girls. Women struggled to learn to read and write. There were various examples about scholars who played a vital role in educating the women, or we can say that enlightening the women education. Some of the examples are there in your book. First example is about Ramabai. Ramabai, known as Pandita because she could read and write Sanskrit, a remarkable achievement as women there were not allowed such knowledge. She went on to set up a mission in Keragaon near Pune in 1898, where widows and poor women were encouraged not only to become literate but to be independent. Second example is all about Rashundari Devi, who was born in West Bengal. At the age of 60, she wrote her autobiography in Bangla. Her book titled Amar Jiban is the first known autobiography written by an Indian woman. Rashundari Devi was housewife from a rich landlord's family. At the time, it was believed that if a woman learned to read and write, she would bring bad luck to her husband and become a widow. Despite this, she taught herself how to read and write in secret well after her marriage. The next example is all about the Rukia Shekhaut Hussain. She was born into a rich family who owned a lot of land. Though she knew how to read and write Urdu, but she was not able to read and write Bangla and English. But later on, Rukia learned to read and write Bangla and English with the support of her elder brother and elder sister. She went on to become a writer. She wrote a remarkable story titled Sultana's Dream in 1905. The story imagined a woman called Sultana who reaches a place called Ladyland. Ladyland is a place where women had to freedom to study, work, create inventions like controlling rain from clouds and flying air cars. In 1910, she started a school for girls in Kolkata, and to this day, the school is still functioning. So these are some remarkable examples for bringing around the women literacy. So my dear students, that's enough for today's class. We will meet in our next class. Till now, bye and happy learning.